Money can buy a lot of things: fast cars, designer clothes, private jets. But for the world's top athletes, money isn't just about what they own. It's about how they live. When you're at the peak of sports, winning championships, breaking records, and cashing in millions, you need a home that reflects that dominance. And not just any home mansions that are bigger, crazier, and more luxurious than anything imaginable. Some of these athletes built fairy tale estates. Others turned their houses into fortresses of pure excess. And then, there are those who went all in on homes so ridiculous they could be straight out of a sci-fi movie. But here's the real question: why do they do it? Is it just wealth flexing, or is there something more? A need to create a kingdom, a legacy, something that says, "I made it"? Well, you decide. Because today, we're stepping inside the most incredible mansions owned by the biggest sports stars on the planet. The Rock's Georgia manor, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is larger than life, so it's no surprise that his mansion in Georgia was just as massive. Built like an old French country estate, it came with walnut hardwood floors, a cozy library, and bathrooms made of pristine white marble. But this wasn't just a house, it was a full-blown ranch, complete with a 12-stall barn and a 150-year-old farmhouse. A private lake, a saltwater pool, and a hot tub made the outdoor space just as luxurious as the inside. But strangely, The Rock listed the mansion for $7.5 million in 2021, $2 million less than what he originally paid. Did the king of Hollywood find something even bigger, or did he just get tired of waking up in a house straight out of a history book? Lionel Messi's soccer house, Unbuilt. What do you do when you have unlimited money and a love for soccer? If you're Lionel Messi, you design a house shaped like a soccer ball. In 2013, he commissioned a famous Spanish architect to create an eco-friendly dream home, half covered in glass, half covered in grass, with an entrance that looked like a penalty box. It was supposed to be a symbol of sustainability, a home that reflected the sport that made him a legend. But just like a failed penalty kick, the project never made it past the design stage. Maybe Messi wasn't interested, or maybe it was just too outlandish to be real. Either way, the soccer house never happened. But don't worry about Messi, he still owns multi-million-dollar homes in Barcelona, Miami, and Paris, so he's not exactly struggling for space. Didier Drogba's Surrey mansion, Didier Drogba, the Chelsea legend, didn't settle for an ordinary footballer's home. He went all in on a $7.8 million English mansion. With 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and an incredible spiral staircase, it was the kind of house that made you stop and stare. Add in a private pool and a full leisure complex, and it was a dream home fit for a king. But not every fairy tale has a happy ending. After separating from his wife, Drogba put the mansion up for sale, leaving behind 11,000 square feet of memories. The real question is, was he looking for something bigger, or just a fresh start? David Beckham's real estate empire. David Beckham almost owned one of the biggest houses in America. Back in 2016, he and his wife, Victoria, considered buying Spelling Manor, a 56,500 square foot palace bigger than the White House. With 123 rooms, a bowling alley, a movie theater, and a full tennis court, it was a home built for royalty. But even Beckham, with all his fortune, walked away from the $200 million price tag. Instead, he went for a $50 million mansion in London, a countryside retreat in the Cotswolds, and a luxury Miami penthouse in 1000 Museum. So, while he didn't buy the biggest house in the world, he made up for it by owning several of the best. Lewis Hamilton's Global Homes, Formula One legend. Lewis Hamilton doesn't just collect trophies, he collects properties. He once owned a massive $43.9 million New York penthouse, only to sell it 2 years later for $49.5 million. But don't worry, he has plenty of backup homes. There's his $23 million mansion in London, his Monte Carlo getaway, and his $8 million mountain retreat in Colorado. Whether he's waking up to city views or snow-covered peaks, one thing is clear: Hamilton lives life in the fast lane, both on and off the track. Floyd Mayweather's dual mansions. When you're an undefeated boxing champion with hundreds of millions in the bank, one mansion isn't enough. Floyd Mayweather owns one in Los Angeles and another in Las Vegas. His LA estate is a jaw-dropping 25,000 square feet, complete with elegant dining rooms, a luxury kitchen, and a private cinema. Meanwhile, his Las Vegas home is built for entertainment, with a stunning pool and a massive 30-car garage. And yes, it's almost full, with a collection of luxury cars that most people can only dream of. Mayweather might be retired from the ring, but he's still winning at life. Tiger Woods' golfer's paradise. Tiger Woods doesn't just play golf, he lives in it. His $52 million Florida mansion is built like a private resort, featuring a massive golf course, a mooring dock for his yachts, and enough space to throw legendary parties. The main house is elegant, but it's the massive entertainment building that really stands out. And if that's not enough, Woods has also invested in a $100 million luxury residence in the Bahamas. If there's one thing certain about Tiger, it's that he never does anything small. Anna Kournikova's island retreat. Living on a private island is the ultimate dream, and Anna Kournikova made it a reality. Her Miami mansion was tucked away in the exclusive Sunset Islands, surrounded by tropical beauty and waterfront luxury. With ivy-covered walls and an incredible dock for her yacht, it was the kind of home most people never even get to see. But in 2012, she sold it for $7.4 million, moving to an even more exclusive $28 million estate in Indian Creek. When you're living in a place nicknamed Billionaire Bunker, you know you've made it. Gary Neville's failed eco-bunker. Some athletes build castles, but Gary Neville tried to go underground, literally. Back in 2010, the former Manchester United star had a wild vision for a $10 million eco-friendly bunker buried deep within the Lancashire countryside. The design was futuristic, shaped like a giant flower with 6 petal-like sections extending from a central hub. Vince McMahon's Connecticut mansion. Vince McMahon built an empire with WWE, so it makes sense that his home would be just as over the top. Nestled in the lush green surroundings of Connecticut, McMahon's mansion looks like the perfect retreat, serene, private, and classic. But let's be real, Vince McMahon is not a man who knows the meaning of peace and quiet. This is the same guy who works out at 1:30 a.m. and thinks sneezing is a sign of weakness. Inside, the house is grand, lavish, and filled with enough space for the billionaire to plan his next wrestling spectacle. And of course, he's known for throwing some wild parties, where guests might find themselves unexpectedly tossed into his massive pool. But it seems like McMahon is finally moving on his mega home, is currently on the market for $20 million. Maybe he's looking for something even bigger, or maybe he's just planning his next over-the-top surprise move. With Vince, you never really know. Venus Williams' Florida Oasis. A champion on the court deserves a champion's home, and Venus Williams found exactly that in her $9.6 million Florida estate. Set in a picture-perfect location, this mansion comes with everything a tennis legend could want. Huge open spaces, a private beach, and a luxury pool to unwind after a long day of dominating opponents. When she bought the property, rumors started swirling that she was planning to retire. But Venus wasn't ready to hang up her racket just yet. Instead, she turned the house into the ultimate getaway, a place to relax, recharge, and keep winning. And while some athletes go for showy mansions that scream excess, Venus's home is all about elegance, privacy, and class, just like her game. Cristiano Ronaldo's never-ending mansion construction. Cristiano Ronaldo has built a career on precision and timing, but when it comes to building his dream home, things are a little messier. His latest project, a sprawling mega mansion just outside Lisbon, was supposed to be the most expensive house in Portugal. 3 years later, it's still a noisy, dust-covered construction site that's driving his future neighbors crazy. Reports say Ronaldo has already poured over $35 million into the home, which is set to feature an enormous 1,000-square-foot master bedroom and jaw-dropping luxury amenities. But here's the problem: delays, road closures, and constant noise have made him public enemy number one in the neighborhood. Locals are furious, their gardens are covered in dust, and one entire street had to be shut down just to accommodate the build. When this place is finally finished, Ronaldo's neighbors won't be rolling out the welcome mat. Then again, when you're one of the greatest footballers of all time, does it really matter? Michael Jordan's struggle to sell his mansion. Michael Jordan is a legend in basketball, but when it comes to real estate, his game is a little off. Back in 2012, he put his 56,000 square foot Chicago mega mansion on the market for a cool $29 million. More than a decade later, he finally sold it for a brutal loss of $22.2 million. But let's talk about the house itself, because this isn't just any mansion, it's a sports lover's paradise. A full-sized indoor basketball court, a putting green, a state-of-the-art gym, and even a tennis court make this place a personal playground. And if you think that's impressive, the dining room looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, sleek and futuristic. But here's the catch: the house is just too personalized. The giant gates out front are stamped with Jordan's iconic number 23, and the interior is so customized that potential buyers just couldn't see themselves living there. Even when he threw in a free pair of Air Jordans, the house wouldn't budge. It took over 10 years and a huge price cut, but Jordan finally offloaded the mansion for just $6.8 million. That's a loss most people would never recover from, but then again, most people aren't Michael Jordan. Aaron Rodgers' modern New Jersey home. Aaron Rodgers doesn't just play football, he plays to win. And when it comes to real estate, he's made a winning move with his ultra-modern $9.5 million mansion in New Jersey. The house is sleek, private, and completely surrounded by trees, meaning Rodgers gets an uninterrupted view of the stunning New York skyline without anyone getting a look inside. But this isn't just about privacy, it's about living in pure luxury. The home features an enormous wine cellar, a sauna, and one of the most stylish master suites you'll ever see. It's not just a bedroom, it's a full-on personal retreat, complete with a private lounge and an oversized bathtub that looks more like a modern art piece. And let's not forget the second living room, because one just isn't enough when you're an NFL legend. Rodgers is known for being calm, collected, and strategic on the field, and his house reflects that same energy. Sleek, smart, and built for comfort, this is the ultimate quarterback's sanctuary. John McEnroe's Malibu beachfront estate. John McEnroe was known for his fiery temper on the tennis court, but his real estate game is nothing but smooth. His Malibu mansion is the ultimate beachfront paradise, a $19 million modern estate sitting right on the sand, with 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a front row seat to the Pacific Ocean. Every room in the house was designed to capture the breathtaking views, whether it's the penthouse-level master bedroom, the sleek dining room, or the stylish guest rooms. But here's the kicker: if you want to stay in McEnroe's house, you can. The only catch? It'll cost you a jaw-dropping $125,000 per month. That's right, this isn't just a mansion, it's an exclusive getaway for the ultra-rich. If you ever dreamed of living like a tennis legend, all you need is a small fortune and a love for the ocean. Derek Jeter's castle. Derek Jeter wasn't just one of the greatest baseball players of all time, he also had a home fit for a king, literally. His legendary estate, known as Tiedemann Castle, is a fully restored masterpiece that dates back to 1903. Sitting on the shores of Greenwood Lake in New York, this place isn't just a mansion, it's a full-blown fortress. Waterfalls, private gardens, and even a replica of the Statue of Liberty make this home unlike anything else on the market. But the real highlight? 2 massive stone towers, one of which offers a panoramic view of the lake. Inside, the house is just as impressive, with grand staircases, a spacious foyer, and even a personal gym. Jeter may have left the Yankees, but this home made sure he never left behind his New York roots. Vijay Singh's Hawaiian retreat. Some athletes buy mansions. Vijay Singh bought paradise. The golf legend's Hawaiian retreat isn't just a house, it's a full-on tropical escape. Spanning 51 acres, this $5.5 million estate is perched on a cliffside with some of the most breathtaking ocean views imaginable. The home itself is a stunning 9,000 square foot masterpiece featuring 5 bedrooms, a grand living area, and a sleek, modern kitchen. And because Singh clearly loves a good game, there's a billiard room to go along with his personal library. If that wasn't enough, the house even has its own elevator, because walking upstairs in paradise is just too much work. But here's the twist: Singh put the house up for sale in 2022 with a price tag of $23 million. That's more than 4 times what he paid. The question is, will someone actually pay that much for it? Or is Singh about to take a massive swing and miss? Naomi Osaka's celebrity-owned LA home. Naomi Osaka is no stranger to making history on the tennis court, but her real estate portfolio is just as impressive. In 2019, she bought a stunning Los Angeles home that had once belonged to none other than the Jonas Brothers. Sitting on 3,100 square feet of prime LA real estate, this home was pure luxury: 3 elegant bedrooms, 4 designer bathrooms, and a modern gym to keep in top form. And then there's the private pool, set against a backdrop of the city skyline, making every sunset feel like a scene from a movie. But Osaka didn't hold on to it for long. In 2022, she sold the house for $8.7 million to Micheal Tesovich, the founder of Metro Lyrics. Looks like this home keeps passing from one celebrity to another. Who's next? Taylor Swift? LeBron James' multi-mansion empire. When you're the greatest basketball player of your generation, you don't just own a mansion, you own an empire. LeBron James has been stacking up luxury properties for years, and his real estate portfolio is now worth nearly $70 million. But let's clear up a myth first. LeBron doesn't own the infamous Giga Mansion, a $250 million mega home that the internet once falsely linked to him. But don't feel bad for him, because his real mansions are just as incredible. He owns a $36.75 million Beverly Hills compound, a sleek Brentwood mansion in LA, and a sprawling Ohio estate where he grew up. And if history has taught us anything, it's that LeBron is always looking for the next big move. Who knows, maybe that Giga Mansion will actually be his one day. Some of these athletes built futuristic mansions that look like they belong in sci-fi movies. Others chose castles, beachfront retreats, or entire private islands. Some spent years crafting their dream homes only to sell them at a loss, while others made real estate investments that skyrocketed in value. But in the end, these aren't just houses, they're statements. They represent power, success, and a life lived at the very top. So, the question is, if money wasn't an issue, which one of these insane mansions would you want to live in? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because who knows? One day, you might just be the one designing your dream home.